Welcome to the Texas Department of Transportation San Antonio District's virtual public meeting with in-person open house option for the State Loop 1604 Improvement Project. TxDOT is proposing to reconstruct State Loop 1604 from Macdona Lacoste Road to U.S. Highway 90 in Bexar County, Texas. We appreciate your interest in the project and thank each of you for your participation. This is a pre-recorded presentation. During the video, you may pause the presentation and navigate forward or backward using your video player. At the end of the presentation, we will provide you with commenting options for any questions or input you may have. To be included in the official virtual public meeting record, comments must be received on or before Friday, May 13th, 2022. Let's get started. My name is Scott Shashie with Jacobs Environmental, and I would like to welcome and thank you for watching this virtual public meeting that was shared with the public starting Tuesday, April 26, 2022. I'm presenting on behalf of the TxDOT San Antonio District. We'll be covering the following areas: project overview, environmental overview, project schedule and next steps, and then the public comment process. All the materials for this virtual public meeting are available for viewing and downloading. They can be found on the internet by navigating to www.txdot.gov and searching SL 1604 from Macdona. The video presentation is in English. The presentation and script are available in English and Spanish on the project's website. If you experience technical difficulties with the virtual public meeting, please contact Andrew Cooper, Jacobs Environmental Planner, at sl1604@outlook.com or call area code 726-999-0078. You may also request special accommodation for assistance accessing public hearing materials and language interpretation needs other than English and Spanish. The proposed State Loop 1604 project limits are from Macdona Lacoste Road to U.S. Highway 90 on the west side of San Antonio in Bexar County. The project is approximately 3.8 miles. This section of State Loop 1604 is typically a two-lane undivided roadway, and we are proposing to expand it to a four-lane divided roadway. All intersections will be converted to restricted crossing U-turn intersections, also known as RCUTs. The project would be constructed with federal and state transportation funds with a total project construction cost of approximately $40 million. Now let's take a look at the typical sections. The graphic on the top of the screen shows an existing typical section of State Loop 1604, which consists of a two-lane undivided highway with one 12-foot wide travel lane in each direction and 8 to 10-foot wide outside shoulders. The state-owned right-of-way width ranges from approximately 220 to 720 feet wide. On the bottom of the screen is a typical section for the proposed project. The proposed project would consist of two 12-foot wide main lanes in each direction with a 10-foot outside and 4-foot inside shoulder, separated by a variable width grassy median within the existing right-of-way. The project is needed due to increasing levels of traffic which stem from ongoing increases in population and new developments along State Loop 1604. In 2021, more than 15,000 vehicles per day traveled this section of State Loop 1604, and our projections show this increasing to more than 53,000 vehicles per day in 2027 and more than 71,000 vehicles per day in 2047. Traffic will increase over 350% from 2021 to 2047. The existing two-lane roadway with numerous intersecting streets, increasing numbers of driveways, and a mix of cars and trucks is expected to impact safety and congestion issues with future traffic volumes. This slide depicts the existing crashes along State Loop 1604 from Macdona Lacoste Road to US Highway 90 from 2016 to 2021 in a heat map. In this map, blue to red to white indicates an increasing number of crashes. According to the data collected, the top 3 crash sites on State Loop 1604 occurred at the following intersections: US Highway 90 intersection, the FM 143/Pugh Road intersection, and the Pugh Road intersection just south of the Medina River. In the 5-year period within the project limits, 100 crashes occurred. Of those crashes, almost half were during daylight hours, 58 were during clear weather, and 28 occurred at intersections. Injuries were reported in 65 of those crashes. All existing intersections operate as conventional intersections where all turns are allowed. These intersections commonly cause major delays and roadway congestion. Conventional intersections have 32 conflict points and require less efficient operation of traffic signals in order to separate conflicts. The proposed State Loop 1604 project intersections will be converted to RCUT intersections. An RCUT reduces the conflict points from 32 to 14. RCUTs reduce the congestion and conflict points by eliminating left turns and straight-through traffic on streets that cross State Loop 1604. This reduces the number of traffic signal phases required to move traffic through the intersection, thereby allowing for longer green times for all movements without extending the overall traffic signal cycle time. RCUTs have already been implemented in certain regions of San Antonio and can be found on US Highway 281, State Highway 16, and State Loop 1604. After the implementation of RCUTs, US Highway 281 saw a 25 to 50% reduction in rush hour travel times. According to the Federal Highway Administration, there have been reductions in crash rates ranging anywhere from 27 to 74% where RCUTs have been implemented. This image shows the schematic section where State Loop 1604 intersects with Amber Heart. A vehicle approaching Loop 1604 on Amber Heart will have to make a right turn onto southbound Loop 1604. If that vehicle wants to travel to US Highway 90, they will shift to the left lane on southbound Loop 1604 and utilize the signalized U-turn lane to transition north on Loop 1604 and eventually to the US Highway 90 interchange. A vehicle that is traveling northbound on State Loop 1604 wanting to access Amber Heart would utilize the signalized U-turn lanes, transition to southbound State Loop 1604, and then enter the right turn lane for Amber Heart. This image shows the State Loop 1604 overview and the 5 proposed RCUT intersections within the project limits. RCUT intersections are proposed at Amber Heart, FM 143, Stillhouse Hollow, Cielo Medina, and Pugh Road south of the Medina River. The preliminary schematic illustrates a plan view of the proposed roadway improvements. Since the project is almost 4 miles long, it is not practical to show the entire schematic at a reasonable scale in the presentation. We encourage you to download and view the schematic from TxDOT's website at www.txdot.gov, keyword search SL 1604 from Macdona. This image shows the schematic where State Loop 1604 intersects with FM 143 and Pew Road. The schematic is superimposed on an aerial photo which shows existing streets and driveways. The proposed roadway areas are shown in blue. The purple areas on this image would be reconstructed portions of driveways within state right-of-way in conjunction with this project. A grassy median would separate the opposing lanes of traffic throughout most of the project and is shown in green. The solid yellow lines represent parcel lines, with new development plans shown as a solid black line, and the black dot-dot-dash lines are the existing state right-of-way. Now let's discuss the environmental impacts associated with this project. The proposed project would be funded by the Federal Highway Administration and is a federal action subject to the National Environmental Policy Act. TxDOT is conducting studies to evaluate the environmental impacts of the proposed project. The project was classified as a categorical exclusion for the purposes of proceeding with the environmental review. The environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being or have been carried out by TxDOT pursuant to Title 23, United States Code 327, and a Memorandum of Understanding dated December 9, 2019, and executed by the Federal Highway Administration and TxDOT. Upon completion of public involvement and environmental analyses, TxDOT will make a final categorical exclusion determination if warranted. A variety of environmental analyses will be conducted for the project, including natural and cultural resources and traffic noise. No effect on any state or federally listed threatened or endangered species is anticipated. The monarch butterfly is a candidate species for federal listing, and if it is listed before the project is complete, we will consult with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to ensure compliance with the Endangered Species Act. There is potential habitat for some rare, non-listed species to occur in the project area. We would utilize best management practices during construction to avoid and minimize any impacts to these plants and animals. No effect is anticipated to any archaeological or historic sites. The project may have impacts to wetlands near the Medina River. Impacts to wetlands will require coordination with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The project is not expected to raise the 100-year FEMA floodplain, and any impacts will be coordinated with the floodplain administrator. Further analysis is necessary to determine effects to water resources. No hazardous material sites were identified within the project corridor. This graphic illustrates the overall project timeline. The asterisk denotes that these dates are subject to change. Pending feedback from this event and completion of the environmental studies, we anticipate environmental clearance in summer of 2022. After that time, we may proceed with detailed designs that are necessary to produce construction plans and specifications necessary for bidding. Utility relocations may also occur after this milestone. The project is funded for construction in TxDOT's fiscal year 2024 and is estimated to be completed in 2027. Although these dates are subject to change, they are consistent with current planning documents. TxDOT is committed to continuing our efforts to gain public feedback about this project. We are asking the public to provide comments on the project in the following ways. Leave written comments on a comment card at the in-person event. Email your comments to the address shown here. Mail your comments to Attention Loop 1604 Project, 911 Central Parkway North, Suite 200, San Antonio, Texas 78232. Use the online comment form at the address shown here, or call area code 726-999-0078 to leave a recorded voicemail in English or in Spanish. All comments must be received or postmarked by May 13, 2022. You may also submit a combination of both verbal and written comments. The responses to your comments submitted during the comment period will be included in the public meeting summary report. This report will be posted to the TxDOT website as soon as it becomes available. All of the virtual public meeting materials can be found on TxDOT's website at www.txdot.gov by searching SL 1604 from Macdona. You are welcome to review and comment on any materials. The public may call project staff during regular office hours or email project staff to ask questions about the project at any time in the project development process. For questions about this project, please contact our public involvement consultant using the contact information shown on this slide and in the meeting materials. Please note that discussions with project team members will not be included in the official record of the public meeting. If you wish to submit a comment to be a part of the official record of this public meeting, you must do so formally in the ways outlined in this presentation. The deadline to submit comments to be included in the official meeting summary is May 13, 2022. This concludes the presentation. Thank you for participating in this virtual public meeting.